This is Dr. Lotus Riché sharing with you 15 count 'em, 15 minutes of success coming to you with successful entrepreneurs from all around the globe that's going to share with you what they do so you can be successful too. Come on! 15 minutes of success is all it takes. Welcome to 15 minutes of success. Hello and welcome to the show. This is your lady, Dr. Lotus Riché, and I am so happy that you are with us today on 15 Minutes of Success. So we want to give you time to go ahead and share this broadcast with your friends. Tell them also to come on in and get in where they fit in, because it only takes 15 minutes of success. Now, today, I have a very exciting guest with us today. She helps people put together their books that changes the lives of one, who the author is, but also the reader. So make sure you tag someone and you tag someone you know to the show. So 15 Minutes of Success, for those of you that's just joining us for the first time, this show is designed with you in mind to let you know that you're not alone. Many entrepreneurs and other successful people all around the world, it started with one thought on how could they be successful. And the thought turned into action. And oftentimes it doesn't take a long time to change your mind from where you are to achieving the success that you want to achieve. And so the premise of this show is to help you get to out of your mind telling yourself, no, I can't do it, and telling yourself, yes, you can. And the people that we bring on this show, our phenomenal guests, are people that want to help you turn that corner and achieve the success that you deserve. And so, theoretically, the show is about 33 minutes long, but we devote 15 minutes just to our guests to give you that one-on-one time that you so richly deserve to help you achieve your success. So with no further ado, we're going to ask you to go ahead and tag someone that you know as we prepare for the show. But before we begin, here's a word from a friend. We'll see you in 15 Minutes of Success very shortly. Stand by.
I had the opportunity to work with Lotus Riché and her team to create a promo video for my business. And let me tell you, she and her team are pretty darn outstanding. I had recorded a video that we were going to use in the promo. And during our meeting, they actually walked me through what worked in the video, and they provided suggestions for improving the video so that I can actually capture the audience and the clients that I want and the people that need my services. They actually told me what I could add to the video and how to set the entire thing up so that when people watch that promo, they will come away knowing who I am, what I do, and why they should contact me. So if you have the chance to work with Lotus Riché and her team, you are not going to be disappointed.
And as you come in, go ahead and grab a friend. Let me tell you a bit about our guest today. She hails all the way from Chula Vista, California. She is an author, but not only is she an author, she teaches people how to write their book. She helps them with writing their book, and she has a gazillion accolades. But I don't want to take up all of your time telling you about all of her accolades. I'm going to go to the back and get her. But check this out. This is Dr. Lotus Riché sharing with you 15 count 'em, 15 minutes of success coming to you with successful entrepreneurs from all around the globe
that's going to share with you what they do so you can be successful too. Come on! Welcome our guest, CEO and founder of Action Takers Publishing, award-winning international #1 best-selling author, speaker, executive contributing writer at Entrepreneur and Brains magazine, executive film producer of Wish Man Movie, red carpet interviewer. Please welcome Lynda Sunshine West. 15 minutes of success is all it takes. Welcome to 15 minutes of success.
We got some sunshine in the house. Let's welcome Lynda Sunshine West. Woo woo!
Oh man, I love that introduction. That was awesome. Thank you.
You are so welcome, and we are so happy to have you here today, Lynda. Thank you so much. We know that you're a phenomenal book publisher, and you help people really turn the corner and get their message out. So please tell our viewers a bit more about you.
First, thanks so much for having me on the show, Lotus. This is a pleasure because, first of all, I love your energy. I just think you're absolutely amazing. You know, it's interesting that I've become a book publisher because I'm really unlikely person to become one. I was never a reader and I was never a writer. I had friends who had their faces in their books all the time. And I was like, I want boys, you know, like I was focusing on boys while they were off there reading. And I just was never interested in it until age 51. So at age 51, I was introduced to like personal development, self-development. I started being introduced to a couple books here and there. And then I couldn't get enough of it. Oh my gosh, I just dove in to these personal development books. And all of this, you know, it was like within the last 9 years that I left my corporate jobs. I had worked in the corporate world for 36 years and I had 49 jobs in that 36 years. My last job was working for a judge in the Court of Appeals. And so when I left that job, I was like, I'm leaving to find my purpose. Like, why am I here on this planet? And I spent the first 7 years literally flailing around, failing miserably, losing a lot of money, but I just kept moving forward. I was like, I know I have something inside of me. It's burning a hole inside of me. I just have to figure out what it is. And so it was a little over 2 years ago that I ended up publishing 2 books, 8 days apart. Both of those books hit #1 international bestseller status in under 5 hours. And that's when I looked at it and said, this is it. Like, I know what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. I was doing it, not making any money. So, you know I can make some money from this. And I made a declaration, like I'm stopping everything I'm doing in entrepreneurial world. I am a book publisher. And that was just a little over 2 years ago. And since that time, we've published 26 #1 international best-selling books in just a little over 2 years.
Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. And it's hard work. You know, I'm a Guinness World Record holder for writing a book, and I'm a 9-time international best-selling author. And I got to tell you, sometimes that comes with a lot of sleepless nights. It comes with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And one thing that you help people do is to really tell their story and turn that corner. So that's great. And I can only imagine how it's been for you to help people get to the #1 international best-selling status and continue to make their dreams come through. So I really applaud you for doing just that. So I always tell people, note takers are money makers and money makers are note takers, but you can't make no money if you don't take no notes. So look down below, make sure you take notes because she is going to be dropping some secret sizzling sauce here today. So with no further ado, I really wanted to ask you, you know, you're very, very productive. I don't use the word busy as much as I cannot use it because being busy, you don't get anything done. You can look it up in the dictionary and it talks about busy, but being productive, you're always getting things done. And so you are always getting things done. But what inspired you to come to the show today? Because you are super productive.
Well, you know, it's the more that we can get our message out there, that there might be one person who listens to this show that says, okay, I'm ready to take that action. I don't know what that action is for you. I just know that we may inspire you in some way. So every opportunity that I have to share my story, my voice, just to inspire, motivate, encourage people to keep going, to put their foot out front, to just do it. One of my recent books is called Do It Because You're Scared. I broke through a fear every day for a year in 2015. And that really changed my life. But one thing I learned about fear is that we can allow fear to fuel us, or we can allow it to fail us, but we get to choose. We get to choose. So choose to fuel rather than to fail. So I'm here today because if there's one person that I can help encourage to take a step today, that's why I'm here.
I love that. And so I work with people all around the world working on their books as well. And I got to tell you, it's always a pleasure to work with a publishing agent that really cares about the people and that are really involved with the full process of helping people change their lives and those that they touch through their books. So I want to know more about your company. Would you tell us more about your company?
Yeah, Action Takers Publishing is the name of our company. And first, just the name. I named it Action Takers Publishing because I was that busy person, as you were referring to a little bit earlier, right? I was the busy person,
Right.
not as productive. And so I had this idea that if I name my company Action Takers Publishing, I might attract action takers and therefore become an action taker, which is exactly what happened. So I named it that because of that. And our mission at Action Takers is to empower 5 million women and men to share their stories with the world to make a greater impact on the planet. It's all about impact. We help you to publish your nonfiction as well as business books. These are where we're mainly focusing on. Those are, like our forte. We work with solo authors as well as with people who want to write just one chapter and want to get their start, get their message out there in a collaboration book. And then also what we're kind of like our flagship thing that we're launched recently is our collaborative books where we do all the work, but it's your book. So I'm loving this part because I'm able to tap into more and more communities to be able to help transform more and more lives by sharing more and more stories. And so this is one of my favorite programs that we have. We call it our influencer program, where you, the influencer, has a book, you bring in your community, and we do all the work for you.
So let me share this because you really have wowed the world with not only doing what you do, but really being down to earth, because it's without question. You've even brought on some people who are one, mentors to me and who've become personal friends, if you will. And you are working with people like Les Brown and some other greats that are really paving the way for people who want to write their story. So Jack Canfield, Jack's been on my show, Les has been on my show, and these guys are absolutely phenomenal. And to be able to write books with them and to get them to endorse endorse some of the authors that you have that are seeking you out, that is 100% phenomenal. So tell us a bit about the experience that people are experiencing when they're working with you alongside with people such as Les Brown and Jack Canfield, who are helping to push them forward in their journey.
Yeah, first thing I want to say about these two gentlemen in particular, Les Brown and Jack Canfield, is that, a lot of times there are celebrities that we meet, and on stage they're different than they are in person.
Yes.
Now, Jack Canfield and Les Brown were different than they are on stage when I met them in person, but they're better. And so what I learned, I just want to share what I learned from both of them. First of all, they both have this tremendous amount of celebrity, right? A lot of people, when they're walking around, people are like, oh, that's Les Brown, that's Jack Canfield. People know who they are. They have celebrity. And so what I really learned most from them, and I'll share the first one, was from Les Brown. He was going to be speaking at an event that I was hosting. Like, I'm not hosting, I was organizing the event. And one day he picked up the phone and called me. He didn't have to, but he picked up the phone and called me. And he said, Lynda, when I'm in town, you make sure that you come see me because I'm going to teach you how to leverage my name because you're an amazing servant leader. Now, here's the thing. He didn't have to call me. He didn't have to invite me to do that, but he did. And then he ended up spending about 3 or 4 hours with me solo, one-on-one. And then he asked me how he could serve me. So what this taught me is that no matter how big we get, no matter what our celebrity is go back to our roots. Like always stay there. Remember, stay humble. And that's what Les Brown taught me there. And Jack Canfield's was the same sort of story where I had lunch with him and it was just incredible because when we sat down, I said, Jack, I just want you to know I'm not here to take anything from you. I'm here to be in your presence. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to be around somebody who has this greatness that we see. And it was incredible because our relationship started that day that we had lunch together. But when we were walking back to this venue that he was speaking at this venue that night, and I was interviewing him on the red carpet. And I said, earlier when I said, I wasn't here to take anything from you, but I was here to just be in your presence. I said, that was earlier. Right now, I need something from you. And so I told him what I needed. And that was, I wanted a testimonial. And so I got this testimonial on the red carpet from him. But again, it's just incredible that we meet these people. And I remember my mentor said to me one day, he said, don't be starstruck. Don't be starstruck. They're just human beings. And that really settled me down to stop seeing them as something different and better than me, but to see them as human beings living an experience. You're muted.
I muted myself because I'm like, yeah. So I want to take this opportunity to hear a word from Les, and then let's hear a word from Jack as well.
Special. You have greatness in you. No, this is not a photobomb by Lynda West. I'm endorsing her book and I'm endorsing her as a speaker and trainer because she's making a difference in life. Have you ever thought about the fact that most people go to their graves with their greatness still in them? And guess why? Because of fear. And Lynda has written a book. She dealt with fear for years, and now she's written I think, a blueprint that will allow you to create a path for yourself to overcome fears. And now.
All right. So we absolutely love hearing that. And he talked about specifically that you really stepped out of fear and you stepped into what is your journey in the faith of whatever your calling was. So tell us a little bit about that. And then I'd like to hear from Jack. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. I grew up in a very volatile, abusive, alcoholic household. And when I was 5 years old, I ran away and I was gone for an entire week. Now, you think about it, it's like at 5 years old, why would somebody run away for such a long period of time? Well, I knew, I consciously knew at 5 years old that was a bad environment. I knew that. And so I ran away. I just went to the neighbor's house. So I was in a safe environment. But then after a week, my mom called the neighbor and said, Lynda's been gone long enough. You can send her home. So I went home with my tail between my legs, my head bent down. Literally, I would walk around until I was 51 without looking people in the eyes. I was too scared. And I was riddled with fears. So at age 51, we fast forward way up, a lot. At age 51, I ended up saying, why am I here? Why am I on this planet? I have no value. I have no purpose. I didn't understand why I was here because I was just pushing papers for a judge at that time. And I ended up seeing a Facebook post. It was this woman said, I'm a life coach. I took some time off. I'm getting back into it. I'm looking for 5 women who want to change their lives. I was one of those women. She was talking to me. So I ended up hiring her. I worked with her for 5 months. And then after that, I was like, that's awesome. I learned so much from her. It was absolutely amazing. I've grown, but I still have so many fears that are stopping me from living my life. And January 1st, 2015, I woke up that morning and I said, I'm going to break through a fear every single day this year. It was totally random. It just popped up into my head. And so every day, 365 days in a row, I would wake up in the morning ask myself a question before getting out of bed, and that was, what scares me? And then I would lay in bed and I would wait until the very first fear popped into my head. And then my commitment, it was a commitment to myself, was to break through that fear that day. I did that 365 days in a row. My entire life has shifted because of that decision that I made that first day to break through that first fear and then to keep going. So we all have the power, the ability to break through these fears. And oftentimes we allow our fear to stop us from living our lives. So when I wrote my recent book, Do It Because You're Scared, you're empowering yourself with the tool to break through fears. What I realized, one of the greatest things I realized during that year of breaking through fears, is that when we have fears, 99% of the fears that we break through, we get a great result. We're proud of ourselves. We meet somebody we wouldn't have met. A door is open that we didn't even know was closed. And then if we break through that fear and you look at the other side of it, you're like, wow, that's so amazing. The experience I had because I broke through that fear. So then I asked myself, why am I depriving myself of the goodness on the other side of fear? Why are you depriving yourself of the goodness on the other side of fear? Oftentimes, when we see fear, we look at the danger, the bad stuff. What if you could flip your mentality and you could say, this is fear. Awesome. I'm going to do this because I'm scared. What happens is you have just changed your whole physiology related to fear. You've changed your whole belief system related to fear, and you see fear as a good thing, not a bad thing. So it's really a matter of just checking yourself to see, what is it that I want? What results do I want? And what do I need to do to get that? And then break through that fear and see what happens and see how your life transforms. You're muted. You muted yourself again.
Oh, yeah. And you can overcome and break through your fears. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do it. You can do it. You've got what it takes. And so I wanted to hear a word from Jack Canfield. Here it goes.
No, you are great, because you know what? You know why you're great? Because you had the courage to step out of a terrible relationship, to overcome a difficult and challenging childhood, and go out on your own and then forge a career. Look where you are now.
I know.
You're on the red carpet.
It's freaking amazing.
It is amazing. and I did the same thing. I left West Virginia and was able to create what I've created. And, the thing is, it proves that anybody can do it.
Mm-hmm.
My father made $8,000 a year. He was an alcoholic. My mother was an alcoholic. And, I've made 8 with 6 zeros after it instead of 8 with 3 zeros after it. So if I can do it, anybody can do it.
I know I can do it. I'm going to do it. I'm on that path right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. I absolutely love Jack Canfield. Had him on the show as well. So he told you, go for it. Do it. You said, at first you said, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. He said, go for it. Do it. Talk to us about that. What really made you push yourself and just do it?
Yeah, first I want to go back to that moment of, on that red carpet. Before I was on the red carpet, I was never on the red carpet. Okay, there's a first time, right? We have a first time you do a video, first time you do a post, first time. And this was my first time on the red carpet. So the experience, what that did is that as we showed up, I had these little bit of nerves going on. We're setting up our station and everything. I don't know what's going to happen. Am I going to actually meet any stars? Like all these different things going through my head. So as I'm standing there on the red carpet and that first celebrity comes through, I was nervous as heck, right? But got the interview done and we were done. After that interview, here's something that shifted. And this is all about fear. Because remember, I was anxious. I had this nervousness going. After that very first interview, I turned around, I looked at my videographer behind me and I said, Alvin, from this point forward, I expect to be on the red carpet. Now, listen to the shift that happened in my mindset. And it was in an instant.
Okay,
we have this power.
I got to stop you. Because I want you to say what you said again. I want you to just say it again. Go ahead.
Okay. I said, Alvin, from this point forward, I expect to be on the red carpet.
I love that.
That's what I said.
She said, expect.
Yes.
Expect. Expect. Why should people expect?
Because we're all deserving. Every single one of us, God, I believe in God. God placed us on this planet to serve a purpose. Being on that red carpet wasn't about being on the red carpet. Being on that red carpet was readying me for my next thing.
Exactly.
Being on that red carpet was experiencing something in life so that I would have more confidence in myself to show up as who I am today.
Exactly.
So when I say expect it, because you are deserving. I am deserving. Every single one of us is deserving of the abundance that's out there. It's all for us to go and get. But a lot of times our past, our history, our families make us feel guilty about wanting, make us feel guilty about expecting, make us feel guilty about that. And that's our past. Let's leave it in the past. Let's move into the future.
I love that. And so
I'm passionate about this topic, Lotus.
Yes, I know you are. So that you should expect to overcome your fears. Why? Because when you expect to overcome them, you already are on the journey of making it happen. And then know who you are. Know that you deserve the very best. Know that no one is better than you just because their title or where they've been or what they're doing. And remember this. When you are on the red carpet or on the green carpet or whatever carpet comes in your life, or if no carpet comes at all, connect. We connect and connect. We connect and connect. She connected with great people, and then she turned around and connected them with other people that needed their help and service. And in turn, it helped her change her life for the better. Why? Because she knew who she was. She may have had some fears, may have had some doubts, but guess what? She turned around and she told the person that she was working with from that day on, she expected better for herself. And that's what she's created with her amazing company. And she's helping people all over the world, not just here in the United States. So if you're not here in the United States and you want to connect with her, connect with her. She has a book writing workshop. You can check that out. She'll be happy to help you with her book writing workshop. It says unleash your full writing potential and experience a breakthrough. She's going to teach you how to write your book in 7 days without artificial intelligence. She's hosting this workshop. So talk to us a little bit about this workshop that you host.
Definitely. I want to talk about that. Before we go there, I just want to say one thing, because this is a thought that came over my mind a couple of weeks ago. And that is that I went through what I went through to become who I am today.
Yes.
I'm going through what I'm going through to become who I'm going to become. And so oftentimes when we look at our lives, we can look at all the things that have happened to us or for us. I believe everything's readying us for the next step, for the next journey in our lives. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that. Talking about that, the workshop, I've started my first book, The Year of Fears, the one that that Les Brown endorsed. When I started that book, I started writing it over and over and over again for a year and a half. Started. I didn't have a structure. I didn't know how to finish it. I ended up meeting a book coach who taught me how to start and finish my book. Yeah. And then I created a structure because I wanted to start and finish it in a week. And so I was able to do that. Then my next book, the Do It Because You're Scared, and I want to talk about that in a second too. Do It Because You're Scared. That book, I sat down, used my formula, and I wrote it in 13 and a half hours. And so this system works if you work the system, just like any system. It's a system. We've created it. I'm going to teach you how to do it. You might finish in 10 days instead of 7. You might finish in 2 weeks instead of 7. But as long as you follow the structure, you will finish it. So I want to share one last thing here about the fears, because why did I write a book called Do It Because You're Scared? Well, there's a lot of sayings that face the fear and do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it afraid. there's face everything and run, face everything and rise, false evidence appearing real, all these different acronyms. But one thing I realized is that when our faith is strong, our fear is weak. This means when our fear is strong, our faith is weak. So when we're experiencing fear, we don't have faith. We need to tap into our faith in order to go from fear to faith, and reverse it like that. And then I started thinking, face the fear and do it anyway. Do it scared, all these different things. And I said, here's the problem with all of those sayings is that it's a disempowering statement. Face your fear and do it anyway. This isn't giving me power. So I said that you have to do it because you're scared. Because when we do something because of something, we are now empowered. I'm stepping into power. And this is why I think it's important for us to realize that our fears, they're going to show up. And this is our signal to do something, to do it because you're scared, to transform your life. So I just wanted to share that.
And I'm happy that you shared that, because we have our amazing Phyllis Weaver. She's a health and wellness coach. She helps people to overcome diabetes, and she has a great book out. You want to go on Amazon and check her book out, How to Really Overcome Diabetes, Beat Diabetes. So connect with her. But she said great questions to ask yourself about fear, empowerment for sure, especially when you break through. And then she also said expect great things when you move out of your comfort zone and go for your dream. And so that brings us to this. First, I want to thank you, Phyllis, for sharing what you shared. We're super happy to have you all the way in from Hampton, VA. Thank you so much. I want to share this with you because on your site, you share a warning. Joining a collaboration book will result in new opportunities because books open doors. Double warning, joining a collaboration book is like opening a bag of potato chips. You can't stop at just one. You have been warned. And then you talk about writing and sharing their stories, and you go on to talk about looking for collaborative authors, that you're always looking for collaborative authors, and these are just some of the books and prices that is included. So we're gonna pull back right there because we want people to go to the website. Please go to the website and check her out. You see it scrolling down at the bottom. Check her out. Connect with her today. And don't forget that she is here to help you. You can connect with her on Facebook as well. Don't forget to connect with her on Instagram as well, because she's all over the social media arena, and you can be too. And you can collaborate with her and get your book done in as little as 7 days. So with that being shared, I want to thank you for what you've shared with us in regard to helping people with the book challenges, with the workshops, also solo books. And you also have a bookstore where people can go and check you out. So I want to share that. Can you talk to us a little bit about your bookstore?
Yeah, the bookstore is that's a free download we have there called Do It, Delegate It, or Dump It. But if you scroll down a little more, you'll see these are the books that have been launched, that we have published. We have solo books as well as collaborative books. So you'll find that many of these books here have more than one person, sharing their story. But then we also have the solo books with our authors. So yeah, any of these books here, they're just going to take you to be able to, you click on the link, you're going to be able to go purchase a copy of the book. But here's the thing, is connect with the authors. Don't just read their story. If something resonates with you, connect with them. Many of them are looking for opportunities to be interviewed, to talk about their topic, or if you just want to connect with them, to maybe you want to collaborate with them on something. They're called collaboration books for a reason. It's all about collaborating. It's all about making connections. As you mentioned earlier, Dr. Lowe, is that you said connect and connect. Right? It's about making those connections, but really making something of those connections so that you together can create this greater impact on the planet. We're all here to make an impact. The question is, what kind of impact are we making? And have we stepped into, as Les Brown talks about, your greatness? Have you stepped into your greatness fully? And are you making the full impact that you are here to make? I'm still stepping in. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So I'm excited to see what my future holds because, again, I'm still stepping into my own greatness.
Exactly. And so we want to challenge you to never give up as you get SHIT done and enjoy the work of getting things done. And so women and men, make sure you're always transforming your landscape and embrace your courage and take action, because all of us are wickedly smart people, and we have to be the book that we read for our wellness and become winners, be fearless and have momentum, and be invincible forevermore. So
I love the way you did that, by the way. I just got to say, I love the way you did that. That was awesome.
So make sure you go to her site and you connect with her today. So as we begin to wrap up, we want to thank all of our viewers and those of you that are just joining us. Hi, Shirley Evans. We see you. Please let us know where you're coming in from and all about events. We saw you earlier. We're so happy to have you. And Angela Elting out of Washington, D.C., Phyllis Weaver, and so many more of you. We love to know where you're coming in from. And please let us know how this show today, 15 Minutes of Success, has impacted you and has empowered you. And be sure to connect with us here at the 15 Minutes of Success show. If you have a success story that you want to share with Lynda and get your book going, please, by all means, connect with her. And you can go to her website. Make sure you do that. We're going to take a quick pause for the calls here momentarily, and then we're going to come right back and get our final 15 minutes of success words of wisdom from our phenomenal guest. We'll be right back. All right, Lynda, get those last words of wisdom, because our readers and those that want to write books, they need it. So we'll be right back.
Yay, we did it! We made the Amazon Hot New Release for our amazing book, Harnessing Your Thoughts. Take the reins, control your life, and win. We thank you for your support.
All right, and we are back with our phenomenal guest, Lynda. I told you we had some sunshine in the house. The sunshine lady herself, Lynda Sunshine West. She is in the house, and we have had a phenomenal time talking about what inspired her to come to the show, talking about her book company, how she's publishing with everyday people just like you and I, and celebrities just like you and I, and empowering people to get their story out. And we know, Lynda, you belong to a myriad of wonderful groups, of which you and I belong to WOIII. So you want to tell the folks, what is WOII to you, and why is it important for women just like ourselves to join organizations like WOIII? And I belong to, and I'm the co-founder of Women Reach Out with God Initiative, Rogi. So let's talk about WOIII for a quick moment, and then we want your final words of wisdom for the show. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, thank you. It's been an interesting journey, because throughout this journey of entrepreneurial, this entrepreneurial journey, I've been wanting to find a place that I fit.
Yes.
And I've been dabbling and checking all these different organizations out. And just this year in 2023, I decided that this is the year that I'm going to find my home. And right. I was like, I'm going to find 2 homes. That's what I was looking for, is 2 homes. And I actually found them this year, which is awesome. So WOIII, the reason I found out about it was through Crystal Richardson, the founder of it. I've known her for several years, and she was telling me about it. And when she first told me about it, like, even though we're friends, I'm like, I'm not going to just join because you're my friend.
Right.
That's not a reason. I want to make sure that I'm going to spend my time wisely and get out of the organization what I'm looking for. And so it took me months. It took me, 8 or 9 months to finally join, because I needed to understand how the organization operates and how it can support me while I support it at the same time. And so I joined it because it is a global organization. It is forward-thinking women. It's women who are supporting women. And this is what I was looking for exactly. So that's why I joined that organization. I'm so glad I did, because I see myself really flourishing within the community, as well as helping others to flourish. So it's all about lifting others up and up and up, to reach our highest greatness.
Exactly. I absolutely love that. And that's one of the reasons why I joined the organization as well. And I welcome each and every one of you to go and take a look at the organization. It's Women of Impact and Innovation International. It is an organization that will help empower you and help you expect the best. It will help you overcome your fears, and it will help you connect and connect and connect and connect. This is what we do. So go on over to Facebook and connect with us, and let's help you really become an even greater woman of impact. So thank you for sharing that, Lynda. So with no further ado, Lynda, we're going to go right to you so you can share your final words of wisdom for this broadcast. Lynda, the floor is yours.
Final words of wisdom. First of all, Maya Angelou said it so well, and that's there's no greater agony than bearing an untold story. Every single one of us has many stories to tell. You might be sitting there thinking, but who wants to hear my story? I don't have anything of value. I get it. That was me. The only reason I wrote my first book, The Year of Fears, was because my mentor told me to. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. And I'm so glad he did, because he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. So I'm telling you that I see something in you that you may not see in yourself. Let's hop on a call. Let's see how we can help you to get your story into the world to make a greater impact on the planet. I like to say, let's get your story off of your vision board and into the world to make that greater impact on the planet. Your time is now. Are you ready to step into it? It's time to take that step.
I absolutely love it. And make sure you connect with her. You can go to actiontakerspublishing.com. You can also reach her at Facebook. Go on Facebook. There it is right down below. Connect with her there. And also, don't forget, go to Instagram. She's on Instagram. Make sure you connect. And she's going to help you overcome your fear of writing your first book. So Again, I want to thank you, Lynda, for being here with us today. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next month. I'll be out in California. We'll be getting together, and hopefully, folks, we'll do a live show and bring you all back. Whoop, whoop. We are going to have a phenomenal time. So with no further ado, I will see you in a quick moment, Lynda. We're going to take a quick break and share this with you for our upcoming show that's coming your way on tomorrow. But first, I got to play the bumper for Lynda. Here goes.
This is Dr. Lotus Riché sharing with you 15 minutes of success, coming to you with successful entrepreneurs from all around the globe that's going to share with you what they do so you can be successful too. Come on! Welcome our guest, CEO and founder of Action Takers Publishing, award-winning international #1 best-selling author, speaker, executive contributing writer at Entrepreneur and Brains magazine, executive film producer of Wish Man movie, red carpet interviewer. Please welcome Lynda Sunshine West. 15 minutes of success is all it takes. Welcome to 15 minutes of success.
All right. That was phenomenal. So Lynda's been here. Make sure you get all these links and connect with her. And don't forget, go on Amazon, buy her books. They will help amazingly change your life. And don't forget to chime in tomorrow when we have our amazing guest, Miss Blossom. Check this out.
The new season of Lotus Riché Ignite Show, bringing you realness, authenticity, and unparalleled wisdom from top leaders, business professionals, pioneers, and everyday people. thank you for joining us. Have a great time during the show. Welcome our powerhouse guests for this evening. Dynamic Recovery Support Specialist, Certified Peer Specialist, speaker, author, and CEO of Tears from Under a Bridge, LLC, the dynamic and incredible Blossom Rogers. Sit back and hold tight, because it's time to ignite and take flight.
That's right, baby. And then on 15 Minutes of Success, you're going to want to see our financial phenom, none other than what? Sabrina Purple.
This is Dr. Lotus Riché sharing with you 15 minutes of success, coming to you with successful entrepreneurs from all around the globe that's going to share with you what they do so you can be successful too. Come on! Welcome our guest, financial expert, author, broadcast co-host, founder of Women's Entrepreneurial Empowerment, none other than Sabrina Protic. 15 minutes of success is all it takes. Welcome to 15 minutes of success.
And that's our broadcast for today. So we appreciate you and we thank you, Lynda Sunshine West. Sunshine in the house.
Thank you.
Woo. We'll see you later. Have a plum-pleasing and amazing day. Take care and good day.
Bye, everybody.
This is Dr. Lotus Riché sharing with you 15